Hey there, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all? Are you ready? The reason you have no sound is because there was no sound on. That's why there was no sound, but there's sound now. So, hey guys, good to see all of you beautiful souls. Woohoo! All right, we're just making sure that all of our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted, and we are just about ready to go. So if you are watching one of our launch party friends that are out there that have let us do a social media takeover, that is what we're doing right now. It is a social media takeover day, guys. Woohoo! Are you ready? All right. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Sunny Johnston. I am a psychic medium, a spiritual teacher, and I like to think of myself as a change maker in the world, working to support and create change in those that are interested in making changes in their lives. So I'm really excited, and whoever's page you're watching this on, maybe it's mine, maybe it's one of my beautiful emissaries of love and light that are out there today. I just want to say hi, and we're gonna have a great time for the next 2 hours. We have got some prizes back here. We got some prizes to give away. We have some partying to do. We've got some teaching to do. We've got a few interviews, and it's just going to be a fun couple of hours. So right now, if you are watching, I would love to invite you to hit that share button and share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it on your pages, tag people that you think might be interested in learning how to open up and connect with other dimensions outside of just this dimension. We live kind of in a 3D, I fix this a little bit, 3D world, and absolutely we do, and we ought to, because we've got these bodies, but it's not just about the 3D, my friends. It is not just about the 3D. So I'm here to take you on a little journey from the physical to the non-physical to the metaphysical and everything in between. So thank you guys. Thanks for joining us. Let me just check and see if we are ready to get started. And if we are, we're going to jump in. We're good? Okay, we're ready to get started. That's what my team says. So I want to share a little bit about my background for those of you that are new to me, that are watching on one of these streams, because we are doing a social media takeover, and whoever you're watching, whoever's page you're watching, they have given me permission to take over their page today for the next couple of hours while we introduce you to our newest, latest, cool, fun project, which is called the Multi-Dimensional Oracle Cards. So a little bit of history about me. I am a psychic medium. I've been doing this work professionally for over 20 years, and non-professionally as a young girl at the age of 13, started having experiences where I was seeing angels and deceased loved ones, and that kind of opened the door to me for all kinds of study. And so at that time, way back when I started studying, I started using cards actually back in the day. Back at 13, 14 years old, we used a card set called Gonki Fat Choi. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of that or not, but that's what it was called, Gonki Fat Choi. And it was a card set, you know, back in the day, only there was tarot and there was very, very few options for cards, and Gonki Fat Choi was one of them. So that was my oracle card start when I was 13 years old. And throughout my life, I always used those, dabbled a little bit in tarot cards. And then when angel cards came out, that really was like awesome. I loved affirmation cards and angel cards. And I myself have had over 250 oracle card decks in my life and have lots of them still. Love oracle cards. And the reason that I love oracle cards is not necessarily because of the card. It's what the card offers us. And what the card offers us is an opportunity to kind of get focused, get quiet, and tap into that inner knowing. And the cards are just the tool that reminds us of our own intuition and our own abilities and our own connection to spirit, to source, to the God of your understanding, the divine, and our connection to other dimensions, our angels, our guides, our loved ones. And so cards really, to me, are a vehicle They are a vehicle to help us to connect with these other dimensions. So that is a little bit about my history. And I want to share with you that the reason I'm here today is because for the last couple of months, my team and I, well, 2.5 months, my team and I have been working on this project that has been so just near and dear to my heart. And certainly I could not have done this without the support of my team, which includes Chris Volker, who's in the background somewhere, Deb McGowan, who's also in the background somewhere, and Robin Harned, who's also in the background somewhere. They're actually in my foreground, but they're in the background, you know, back here in technology world. And then we also had a couple of extra team helpers putting this this particular project together. Paula Meyer, thank you so much, sister. Brandy Streeter, thank you so much. And most importantly, Lucinda Ray. Lucinda Ray is the artist that worked with me to bring the energy of this card deck to life. And we're going to be talking to Lucinda in a little bit. I'm going to bring her on so you guys can connect a little bit with her and hear some of her experience in this process. And I think you're going to love what she has to say as well. So, all right, friends, so good to see you. Oh, I'm so excited. Are y'all excited? Woohoo! Yay! I love it. I love, love, love seeing all your faces. Now, there's a lot of your faces I can't see because we do have a group here on Zoom, and then we're streaming out to all these different channels, kind of all over the world, really, because we've got people all over the world. So that's so freaking exciting, isn't it? So I introduced you to kind of the core team that's helped support this creation. But I'll tell you what, I have had the amazing opportunity over the last 3 weeks or so to put together a beautiful group of people that have helped support the message. They've given us feedback. They've told us what they like, they didn't like. They helped us create the cover of the box that the cards are coming in. These are my multi-dimensional oracle emissaries. And I want to just give a shout out to all of you. Thank you, guys. Mwah. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a little high five and a little hug. Good job, all of you. Thank you so much for all of your help. All right, guys. So, hey, it's time to party. It's time to play. We got some contests. We got some prizes. We've got all kinds of fun stuff. And y'all know, well, you might not all know because not all of you know me, but a lot of you know I like to have fun. I like to give stuff away. So we're going to be doing that throughout the next couple of hours. Those of you that are joining on Zoom, we will be having some extra prizes for those of you that are on Zoom after the initial kind of 2-hour time frame where I've got to teach and share and all of that. And y'all know I have a tendency to go over a little bit. I'm trying to honor that space, but I can't guarantee it. So contest prizes, and we're going to share a couple of people that are in the groups, the emissary group, some of their experiences with using the cards because they've had the ability to be able to connect. As we get set, here's the thing I want to remind you of. If you are going to win a prize, so I'm going to be doing contests, we're going to be doing that throughout the entire time. When we get to that place, you have got to email me so that you can get your prize. So I'm not keeping track of your prizes for you. You guys have to email me and say at sunny@sunnydawnjohnston.com. Write that down. sunny@sunnydawnjohnston.com. That's my email address. So when we get into these prizes and I start giving them away, then you need to shoot me an email that says, hey, I won blah, blah, blah. So remember to remind yourself of what you won. And here is my email address and here is my mailing address. Some of the things are physical. Some of the things are something that we can just send through email. Okay, so that's one thing I want to remind you of. If you happen to be watching the replay, you're not live right now, but you're watching the replay afterwards, there are going to be some prizes for the replay people as well. So there's going to be some contests available to the replay because we know a lot of people watch on replay. So if you are watching on replay, there's going to be 2 things that you're going to need to do in addition, so that because we'll be giving those prizes away throughout probably the next 48 hours. And that is, in wherever your responses are, you need to put hashtag replay and hashtag SDJ and hashtag MDO. MDO stands for multi-dimensional oracle. All right. So if you're watching the replay, welcome. Have a great time. Some of the contests aren't for you because you're not live, but hey, we wanted to make sure we gave some to you. Okay, friends. So here is the first thing I need to remind all of you about, because Deb's raising her hand saying, Sunny.
When you get so excited,
I get loud?
back. Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting loud. Hang on, let me turn my volume down. Maybe I can turn my volume down. Just a sec. Am I blowing your ears out, guys? Okay. Well, some of y'all know I am kind of loud. Okay. All right. I turned it down a little bit. Some people are saying no sound on Facebook. Okay.
Sunny, the stream is fine. We're having no problem with the stream and the audio is coming in. So it's something on their page, or I'm not sure what.
Okay, so so those of you that are watching that are streaming on Facebook, everything from our end, technology-wise, looks right. So please check your volume. Please check your settings on your computer to see if the sound is coming good. Are any of you that are on Zoom, do any of you have it up on Facebook too and sound is okay? Give me a thumbs up if sound is okay on Facebook. Okay, thank you guys very much. So you're checking your pages too if I'm streaming to your pages? Okay, cool, thank you. All right, friends. Hey, this is a new thing. So I just gotta tell you, I got a pretty awesome tech team here because we found a software system that allows us to stream to 60 pages at once. Is that amazing? 60 pages at once. And this is the first time doing it. I mean, we practiced it twice, but this is the first time doing it. So, so we're going to have experiences and we're going to figure it out. Okay. Cause that's what we do. We figure things out. All right, guys. So, hey, let's do our first contest. Okay. First contest right now. Most people said it was okay, Deb. Yeah. Okay. So first contest is, guys, we are here because I want to teach you about intuition. I want you to help to develop your ability. And I'm going to tell you the backstory about these cards. But we're really here to get these cards in your hands. Here are the cards right here. I'm going to show you a few of them. I know lots of you that are on my launch team have seen them. But here we go. I'm going to share with you a couple of the cards. Let's just pick a card overall for the group right now. So I'm just shuffling the cards. I'm going to tune in and ask for a card.
Can you unmute yourself in StreamYard?
Unmute myself in StreamYard? Yep. That made the echo though, I think. Hang on, guys.
Sunny, that's why they can't hear you, because you're muted in StreamYard.
Hang on, hun. Just a second. Okay. Okay, does that sound okay? Is there an echo or anything? You guys ought to see the system that I have right now.
Sounds good here.
Okay, sounds good there. Sounds good? We good? Okay. All right, so here is, let me see now, I was just shuffling the cards. Let's shuffle them again. Are you ready? Here we go. Anybody want to intuit what cards you're gonna get? Well, some of you don't know what's in the deck, so it's going to be hard for you to intuit. That's really, you got to really be psychic there. Okay, so let's see what card we pull. Ooh, 999, nines. So there's the card. This is all about releasing. It's about letting go. It's about the end of a cycle. It's about being like, finally, I am freaking done with this. Any of you need to be done with something? Or someone, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so 999, that's the card I pulled for you. So these cards are amazing. The energy is amazing. In a few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to the artist who did such a phenomenal job, which you are just going to really, as I show you some of the images, you're just going to love them. But the first contest, guys, the next person who orders 3 decks of cards, you have to order 3. The next person that orders 3 decks of cards is going to win. Let's see, which contest am I going to, is going to win a 60-minute animal communication session with Shauna Fisher. Okay. So the next order with 3 decks of cards, and anybody can participate. So it doesn't matter if you bought cards before, you guys can use these. These are great gifts. You can use them for Christmas, Mother's Day is coming up, birthdays, keep some on stock. The cards are $25.55. Yes, there's a reason that they're that price. What is the reason? Because 555 is one of the numbers that's in the deck. So $25.55. And if you order like 2 or 3 decks at a time, then you don't have to pay as much shipping. That's a really good bonus too. All right, so first prize goes to Shauna Fisher. So whoever next orders 3 decks of cards, and once we get the winner, we will let you know that the winner has come. Okay, now let's do one more prize. First person that orders a deck of cards that lives in the state of Washington. So if you live in the state of Washington and you order a deck of cards, you are going to win a gift card for, let me just tip back here. You're going to win a $15 gift card to Apple. Yeah, Apple Store. All right, so that is somebody, you've got to live in Washington State. Okay, Washington State, not Washington, D.C. I know y'all are going, hey, can I make that work? Nope, you cannot make that work. Okay. Oops, hang tight. Okay, now let's talk about how these cards kind of came to be. So for years, I've been going to do a Oracle card deck, but I didn't really know what it was. I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't have hadn't figured it all out yet. And, but I've created other decks. So I created a body image deck. I've created positive affirmation decks. I've created living your purpose decks. Like I've created a lot of other decks, but I haven't created a full-on Oracle deck. And I've been planning to do that for a long time, but it just hadn't come to me. And I was waiting for it to come to me. And so over the past year, really when the pandemic hit, I started seeing how much fear was out in the world and how many people were trying to figure out what was true and what wasn't true. And it wasn't just the pandemic either, guys. It was the political unrest. It was the social unrest. It was just, there was so much happening out in the world, don't you think? And people were like, I don't know what to believe. Do I listen to the media? Do I listen to this channel? Do I listen to the doctors? Do I listen to myself? Do I listen to the person on this blog? What is true? And I realized that it's so important. It's so important for people to recognize their ability to connect with their own intuition, because that will guide us. And I was seeing how so many people were struggling to find the answers outside of themselves instead of tapping in and tuning in inside of themselves. And so as I witnessed that and it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, my spirit said, the way to help support people in connecting with their intuition is by creating the deck of cards that reminds them of who they really are. And who are we really? Well, we're really spirit in a body, but if we kind of break it down a little bit more, we are multi-dimensional beings. And so many of us have been trained into living in just this kind of 3D world where if you don't see it, you can't touch it, then it isn't real. And how many of you have had an experience that says that's not true? You've had an experience where you've seen your angels, or you've talked to your guides, or you've felt your deceased loved ones around you, or you know that you have animal support, animal guides that help you, or you see signs all around. Like there's so many experiences that when Spirit came to me and said, that was the name, the multi-dimensional oracle. And as I tuned into what that looked like, the message that I got was, this is four different pathways, 4 different doorways to connecting to these multi-dimensions. One is animals. is the sacred spirit animals. One is angel numbers. One is the ascended masters, and one is symbols. And so as I had this awareness and as they started coming to me, I opened myself up to just let the symbols and the animals and the ascended masters come to me. And so each oracle just presented itself, one after the other, after the other. And that is how this deck came to be. It was just one after the other, after the other. And so when I was, and believe me, guys, there were things that I wanted in this deck. There were animals that I wanted that are not in the deck, because that's the way that spirit brought them to me. And I chose to listen to the guidance I received instead of to my ego that was like, I really want a donkey, and there were no donkeys. And so each one came to me as a part of the deck. And so I'm going to show you a few of them just to give you a little feel for the deck. But I want to also say the next two people that buy one deck of cards, you win a prize. I'll tell you the prize after. The next two people that buy one deck of cards win a prize. So you can go to multidimensionaloracle.cards, multidimensionaloracle.cards to win your prize. And I'll give you your prize after we get our two winners. Okay, so here's a few of the images. So here is the tiger, the yin and the yang, the butterfly, Jesus, 111. That gives you a few ideas, the unicorn, of some of the cards. But the beauty, do you see how beautiful and detailed and colorful these cards are? They have an energy and a vibration that's just freaking amazing. So, so this is how that's how the cards came to be. And so what I'd love to do is I'd love to introduce you to the artist of the cards, so she can share a little bit about her process, and you can get to know Lucinda a little bit. And as she shares, I'm going to show you a few of the prints. So you can, the deck of cards was so amazing, and she created each one of these images are hand created. So as she created these, we realized that the images were so beautiful that we were going to want some prints also. So we've also got prints in all of the cards in an 8x10. So I'll show some of those to you as well. But I want to go ahead and bring Lucinda on. Lucinda, let me have you mute. There you go. Perfect. Unmute yourself. And Chris, if you'll spotlight her, please.
Yep. I just need to find her.
I know. There's people we got to look all through there. Hang tight, Lucinda, just so we can get you spotlighted. All right. The orders are coming in, guys.
I can't find her name in the participants. I see a Linda and a Laurel, but no Lucinda.
She's right at the top, hon.
Oh, hang tight then.
Right under Robin.
Yep. There we go.
Hi.
Okay. All right, Lucinda. Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Great to see you,
Good to be
darling.
here.
Yay! Woohoo! All right.
Hey.
Okay, Lucinda. So what I thought we would share, because we're streaming to all these pages and all these people are watching, and I know that your page, some of the people that follow you, they already know that of your amazing talent, but not everybody else does. So why don't you share with us what your experience in creating these cards was, like what you did. Like, I'm sure people want to know the process, which you guys on the multidimensionaloracle.cards page, there's her actual process from beginning to end of the koi, which is one of the cards. So you can see that there. But Lucinda, talk about just your experience in this, because it was unique, right? We went on a unique journey together.
We did. There's so many things I could say. I mean, from Sunny reaching out, kind of tapping me on the shoulder, wanting an artist, to me feeling like, oh yeah, we're going to do this deck together. It was just a very intuitive match. I felt the synergy immediately, and I knew we were working together even before I got the samples to her. So then she wanted some samples. We're going to do one of each card, and like we started with elephant, and the art medium even came. Yay. That's our very first baby.
This was the sample that she sent me when I asked for a sample, you guys. I'm like, oh my God, if this is the sample, what more is there to come?
Yay. Yeah, and it was just the energy from the elephant felt really powerful, and I didn't have the words yet for the deck, but it's like I was starting to get glimmerings of, I guess that, Sunny's really taught me it's really about the energy of the cards and the combination of the energy of my art.
Some winners. Just a minute, we've got some winners. Okay, Brenda Dunstan and Cynthia Siwamu. Siwamu? I don't know, something like that. You two just won a prize. Woo-hoo! So maybe since we're talking about prints, each one of you won a print, and you get to choose which print. The prints are $22, and you can choose which one you like out of the deck. So you can go to multidimensional oracle.cards and look at all the images and pick which ones you want, and shoot me an email, sunny@sunnydawnjohnston.com. Okay, carry on, Lucinda.
That was exciting. Yeah, I would love to know which art she chooses. But yeah, so elephant was kind of our entryway, our pathway, and even like I didn't know what medium I was going to use, and it just kind of came to me. I had this new set of water-soluble ink pencils, and I'm like, okay, well, I started sketching the elephant, and elephant didn't want to just be a gray elephant; it wanted to be like a rainbowy elephant, or purples and beautiful multicolored. So like it just started happening, kind of it, yeah. And the process felt easy when I was listening to my guidance, and yeah, it looks more purple there, but there's like oranges and blues and golds and a lot of different colors in elephant. And then it was like, okay, that's the medium I guess I'm using. And then I realized I needed to integrate it with some of my digital artistry skills and make it multimedia, because it's a multidimensional deck, of course. So it needed, other layers and textures, and sometimes you can do things in that realm where you can't do in the 3D realm, like adding light and light rays and prisms. And so it just started building, and it's like, okay, here you go, Sunny, what do you think about this? And I think we created.
And I loved them all because, of course. So, but one of the things I want you guys to just catch is she said, I had these new watercolor pens that she hadn't ever used and just thought she'd use them. And it just turned out like, I just had my mastermind group here the last 2 days, and we made dinner for them one of the nights. And my husband wanted to he made something, and he made this sauce that he's never made before, and he's going to just give it to these people. And I'm like, no. You don't just, you have to have tried this before. You can't just give them something you haven't tried before. But that's what Lucinda did. She's, let's just see how this works. Because that, I guess, is what amazing artists do. I don't know, because I'm not one, but you just have the talent that you can do whichever kind of medium you want.
Not all artists do. I'm kind of one of those weird artists that dabble in multiple mediums, multiple styles. So again, it was like finding that energy or that synergy, what the deck wanted to be. It's like, how is the deck guiding this process? And I think with my experience as a graphic designer for 20 years now and an artist, there's kind of that dance that can happen. It's like, what is the energy of this project or this brand? Or for us, it was the Oracle deck. And how does that want to come through? And so yeah, the medium was like, okay, that works. And
sure did.
It just kept creating. And then I kind of just fell in love with the cards. And as I told Sunny, I got a little obsessed with the project, and it was just kind of feeding me, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I'd have like these visions, and like on the acupuncture table, for example, of yin yang and koi, and just took on a life of its own. It was an incredible experience, and Sunny was just so fun to work with, and chatting at crazy hours of the day. Check this out, you know.
It was amazing because it kind of took us both over. Like we really just kind of got into the energy of letting it come through us, right? It was just a channel. Here's the koi. Look at that, guys. Now this is the one that the sample is from beginning, from her sketch to the end, is on the multidimensional oracle.cards website.
Yeah, that
Stunning.
one I just took more pictures and then I did the time lapse of me creating the card actually on the computer end of things. So
yeah,
every single card was that process.
Awesome. So when you do you feel like they're kind of like your babies?
Totally. Yeah. Babies. I mean, all 44 original babies that we created together in that little window, and it's amazing to hold them in my hand and go, look what we made. So yeah, and each one, I mean, I each one is so unique to me and feels like I can just like relive the experience of creating it when I hold it. It's really special.
Yes. Yeah, I think that each one has its own energy, its own vibration, its own frequency. And what I want you all to notice is, to me, what this is they are transmissions of light. Each one carries its own transmission, its own energy, because the messages and the feeling and the words came to me, but I didn't have the talent to create it. And so I kind of channeled that energy to Lucinda, who channeled that energy through the art. And it was an amazing process because, I mean, sometimes, most of the time, she just nailed it. Like that was it. There was very few that we had to make adjustments for because she was such a great channel. And so we know that it was just a spirit given message that kind of came to me, to her, through her, in these amazing, that one went flying, in these amazing images. It was just phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. So,
well, I appreciated the experience. You just like gave me full license, and I was like, yeah, I can go with that. That was really.
Okay, we got another winner, Beth Sen, S-E-N-N. Beth Sen, you won because you had the 3-card deck spot. And which one was she winning? Which prize? She won, was it the animal? Animal
60-minute.
Animal communication. So Beth Sen, you just won the 60-minute animal communication reading with Shauna Fisher. Yay! Congratulations. So Beth, make sure you shoot me an email, sunny@sunnydownjohnston.com, with all your info so we can get you your gift. Okay. Okay. Carry on, Lucinda.
Fun party. My gosh. It's exciting. I don't even know where I was.
You were saying that I gave you full license to create it in the way that you wanted.
Yeah. So it was really it's, you know, making art for me is a really intimate relationship with the energy and, you know, connecting to that ascended master or that animal, and just getting to bring that through in the presence of the creation just is a really special experience. So, you know, and then to know that a lot of people are going to be touched by this, it's phenomenal. Have insights, inquiries, you know, just to watch everyone in the incredible launch team this experiences. I'm just so moved and humbled by all of that. So
it's been amazing. It's been such an amazing journey, and one that we for sure couldn't have done without you, because my card deck would look like a 5-year-old made it. So it's really handy that you're here to help create this and bring this energy through. And it also just reminds me too that, you know, I think a lot of times, and this is probably true for many of you, you have dreams, you have ideas, you have inspirations, you have things that you feel like you want to create, whether it's a book, or maybe it's a program, or maybe it's a new job, or maybe it's some kind of project that you want, and you don't know how to do it. And maybe even you don't have all of the talent for it. I certainly didn't. And it's reminding us, all of us, that when you tap in, when you get out of just the 3D world that says, oh, I don't have the talent and I don't know anybody that does, so I can't do it. And instead tap into the multi-dimensional world, tap into your angels, tap into your guides and that guidance, tap into your intuition that can guide you. Then what happens is you align perfect and divine order. You align with the people, with the experiences, and with the opportunities that you need to bring to you and to create that thing that you desire. Because I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know where the art was going to come from. And yet, I mean, I'm talking seamlessly and so easily. Once I lined up with it, once I got out of my head of like, oh my God, how am I going to find somebody to create art? And how am I going to know what it looks like? And I could just feel it. Then boy, that made a big difference. Apparently, guys, pause 1 second, Lucinda. I need to sit on something because I'm not tall enough. Just a minute. Thank you, Deb.
Try that.
Okay. Am I taller now?
Nicer.
Perfect.
That look better now?
Yeah.
Okay, apparently you guys are just seeing my chinny chin. Is that, do we think that's okay?
No, I think you could probably even go up one more.
I can go up one more. Hang on.
Pillow?
I think it's great.
Just a sec, guys. Don't mind all this up and down.
Just get some cushy for your
Oh, there we
tushy.
go. How's that
Oh,
now?
that's
Perfect.
Oh, good. So glad. Okay. Well, now I've come up for some air. Okay. All right. So, Lucinda, if you wanted to share one thing with all of the people that are considering purchasing the cards, have already purchased the cards, are ready to purchase the cards, what would you share with them? Like, what do you feel like this deck is going to represent for them and how they could use it?
Love that question. Well, I'm all about connecting through your own channel of your own, ability to have sovereignty with your divine connection. So, I just hope everyone connect to that incredible heart space and soul space and mind, and the multidimensionality of being embodied, and just find incredible inquiries on your life path and guidance.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and there's some girls in the Zoom that would love to know what your favorite card is.
That's such a hard question. I think I told Sunny when she asked me the unicorn.
Mhm.
I put the unicorn on the homepage of my website recently. It's like my new banner. Yeah, I just love her. There's a couple other ones that are pretty runner-ups, but you can't, beat the unicorn.
The unicorn is beautiful. The unicorn is beautiful.
I mean,
All right,
just
my friends, go ahead.
go ahead. No, it kind of depends on what mood I'm in a little bit, but
For sure.
she's just really beautiful, and it's that she's super grounded, connected to the earth, like we all are. And then she's got her channel pointing to the divine. And I just feel like it's that beautiful blend of heaven and earth kind of thing. But, on another day I might, grab elephant, because that one's really special to me too, since it was our first one. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of sunny in that card.
Yeah. Yes.
But
Yes,
thanks for
there
the
is.
great question. I still
Well,
want
and
to know,
for those of you that are watching too, if you've seen the deck, if you're in the launch group, or if you've just seen some of the ones that I've been sharing with you so far, what's your favorite? We'd love to hear what your favorite is as well. So go ahead and put your favorite in there, and hashtag MDO and hashtag SDJ and hashtag multi-dimensional oracle. And maybe I'll choose one of you that shared what your favorite is as a winner for one of the contest prizes.
there
How
you
about
go.
that? That'd be fun too. All right, sister. Hey, for those of you that are looking for an artist, if you want somebody that's got some creativity, like, man, this is your girl. So go check her out. She's got other amazing artwork. I mean, this stuff is fantastic, and you can buy these prints. You can purchase the prints on the Multidimensional Oracle webpage. So you can pick any of the prints that you like, and they're all 8x10 so that you can get them framed. And I would love for you to go and check out Lucinda's website, lucinda-ray.com. And you can check out all the information if you have questions for her about the stuff that she's working on or the things she's created. She's got her own decks. She's written her own book and done the artwork. So amazing, amazing, talented woman. Lucinda, thank you so much for being a part, not even a part, like a major part of this project, because seriously, could not have done it without you.
Thank you so much. It's been such a
You're
joy,
welcome.
truly.
Yeah.
Party
Thank
on.
you, friend.
Great.
I love you. I love you, darling. And
I
we
love
only know
you.
each other for a couple months, but we love
I
each
know.
other. And it's
Totally.
been a beautiful, awesome relationship. So thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You bet, darling. All right. Okay. Let's give away some prizes, shall we? Okay, guys, get ready. If your name starts with an S, then the next person who buys a deck of cards and your name, first name or last name, starts with an S, you are going to win. Let's see what you're going to win. You're going to win. Let's do these. This is one of my students, Lisa Thompson, and these are her card deck, and it is the Frequency of Color cards and guidebook. So these are, I think they're valued at like 20 bucks. So whoever buys the next deck of cards and your name starts with S, first name or last name, you win this deck of cards. Okay. And then we're going to do another prize just because I like to give prizes away. Let's see, which one are we going to do for this? I'm going to go ahead and say that the person who orders 2 decks of cards in the next 10 minutes, the person that orders 2 decks of cards in the next 10 minutes is going to win the next prize. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'm going to share it with you after we have our winner. Okay, so that is fun. Okay, now here's one for the replay people. If you are watching the replay, I would love for you to, let me make sure I wrote my notes down. Go and share the sales page. Okay, this is for the replay people. Go and share the sales page. The sales page is the page that you can go to order the multidimensional oracle. So it's multidimensionaloracle.cards, C-A-R-D-S, cards, multidimensionaloracle.cards. Go and share that on your page and any other pages, and hashtag replay. Woo! Okay, we got a winner. Okay, the winner for the name that starts with an S, Sarah Dahl. Congratulations, sister. You just won. What did I give her? The cards? Lisa Thompson's cards. Congratulations. Yay! See, this is one of those contests where anybody can win, because it's not like you can't, like everybody has options, because it could be another letter I'm going to pick. You just never know. You don't have to like have bought 20 different decks of cards or anything. You can just win for lots of random things. Yes, Robin.
I just wanted to say, remind them to send us their mailing address so we can make sure.
Yes, you always, for anybody that wins, you guys need to send us an email, sunny@sunnydawnjohnston.com, and then send us your mailing address, your email address, and your name, so we know who to send it to. Okay. All right. Oh! Let's see who we got. Okay. 2 decks of cards. Alyssa Hohos. Congrats. I love her last name. Isn't her last name so fun? Alyssa Hohos.
Yeah.
I love it. I just think it's so, I think I've told her that before too. Okay. Alyssa won. She had 2 decks of cards. She won the next prize. The next prize is these 2 books, Sacred Soul Love. Alyssa, I think this one's good for you, girl. And this is Manifesting True Love and Happiness by Revealing and Healing Blockages and Limitations by Dr. Lisa Thompson. And then this is Sacred Soul Spaces, Designing Your Personal Oasis, a hands-on manual for designing your home and office by Lisa Thompson. Well, it was Poundstone, now it's Thompson. So these 2 books go to Alyssa Hohos. Congratulations, sister. Woo! Okay. One more. Let's do one more contest. Okay. This one is the next person that orders a deck of cards and is from the state of Minnesota. If you're from the state of Minnesota And the next person that orders a deck of cards from the state of Minnesota is going to win the next prize. All right. Okay, let's see. So what I thought that might be fun to do is, oh, I got to change my view so I can see all your faces. Hang on. All right. How y'all doing? Are you with me? Are you good? Woo, woo. Okay. Apparently I'm blowing people's ears out.
You're cracking, yes.
Okay, I got to talk softer, guys. Let me just, how does this look on me, soft? It doesn't work, right?
Try soft.
Does soft work for me, guys? I don't think soft works for me. I might just need to back up a little, okay? And then I can't back up a little because then I can't see. So there's this whole thing going on. But I'm gonna back up a little. If I'm blowing your ears out, there. How's that? Okay, are we good? Okay, so what I thought I would do, guys, is I want to share with you. I thought we would do a little card pull. So I want you, wherever you are, you could be watching on replay, you could be watching on Zoom, you can be watching on any of the social media pages that we are streaming to. What I want you to do is pick a card between 1 and 5. 1 and 5. And if you're on Zoom, put it in the chat, which card number you're picking. If you're on Facebook, then put it on whatever page you are on, comment what card number you are choosing. Okay, a card between 1 and 5. I am going to be showing you in a few minutes how to do just a simple 3-card spread. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about a couple of other spreads that you can do, because I do want all of you to learn how to use the cards. Okay, while you're picking your card 1 to 5, the first person that I'm deciding, hang on. The first person that shares in Zoom, so this is one that's just for Zoom. The first person that shares in Zoom both of my son's names and their ages. If you know my son's names and ages, full names, you are going to win a prize. You got to be in Zoom for this one. And Deb's going to monitor it. Deb doesn't know. She doesn't know how old the kids are, but oh, Rob, you're on Zoom, aren't you?
I know, but I'm trying to remember.
And okay.
I thought so, but
Okay. All right. So next one that gets it right.
Well, somebody already got it right.
Oh, okay. Then first person that got it right. First person.
Kathy Small.
Kathy Small. You got it, Kathy Small. Okay, Kathy Small is going to win. Let's see what Kathy Small is going to win. Kathy Small. Oh,
Yay,
you
Kathy.
are going to win these beautiful, beautiful earrings. And these earrings were made by Janet Baumgardner and by Big Sky Silverworks, and they are way cute. She handmade these. They're awesome. Let me just show them to you. Aren't those cool? Good job, Janet. They are beautiful. So those, Kathy Small, are your prize. So make sure you shoot us an email, sister. Congratulations. Woo, woo. Okay. While I'm going to pick your 5 cards, but while we're doing that, the ninth person to put their order in from this spot right now, the 9th person to place their order is going to win a gift card to Starbucks. Y'all know how much you want a gift card to Starbucks. So come on, get your orders in. Here we go, here we go. Okay, cards 1 through 5. Card number 1. Who are my ones? Raise your hands. If you chose a 1, if you're out in Facebook social media world, if you chose a 1, this is the message for you, okay? Let me adjust this a little bit. Okay. If you chose a 1, the card that I pulled for you is 999. Okay, so what 999 represents is it means it's the end of a cycle. It means it's time to release. It's a reminder that it's okay to let go. You're at a time in your life where it's important to know that in order to start something new, you've got to release something. Sometimes that's releasing pain. Sometimes it's releasing habits. Sometimes it's releasing judgment. But if you got the card number 1, if that's the number you chose, that is your message. I would love for you in the comments on whatever page you're watching or in Zoom to share how that represents for you. Did that fit for you? Please share in the comments. Okay, let's go to card number 2. Okay, card number 2. Ooh, card number 2 is the piggy pig pig. Piggy pig pig. Is he so cute? Okay, card number 2 is the pig. So the pig represents money, represents generosity and kindness. The pig is the humanitarian. And so if you've pulled this card, it's reminding you to stay in the energy and the nature of who you are. Okay, to not get too, when we talk about money, it's to not let money take you over, but to know what wealth truly is for you. To be and have a generous heart, to stay in that place of generosity and kindness. That's what the pig represents. And to always listen to your spirit, your intuition, and help when needed, not necessarily when obligated. Yeah, that's a big one. Did y'all hear that? When needed, not necessarily when obligated. Okay, that's card number 2. Okay, who are my 3s? Where are my 3s? Okay, Teresa, Mary, Kathleen, Shirley. Awesome. Okay. So my 3s are, my 3s got to look at that one really close. The lighthouse. The lighthouse. So y'all know how much I love a lighthouse, right? That's a big, big one for me. So lighthouse is about your security and safety. It's about recognizing that where that truly comes from. It's also about being able to tap in and tune into the energy of your own light, like shining your light and not letting other people hold you back from shining that light, and not stopping the ability, not stopping yourself and not shining your light because others aren't interested. You shine your light because that's who you are. And the lighthouse is also about guidance, tapping into that multi-dimensional connection, tapping into your spirit guides and your angels and opening up and asking for that guidance and receiving the guidance. That is card number 3. So share in the comments on your Facebook page, share in the chat what the card lighthouse, if you picked 3, what it's representing to you. Okay. All right. Card number 4. Do you love these cards so far? Love these cards. Okay. Next person that buys a deck of cards wins a prize. Next person. Come on. Next person. By the way, just so you know, if you are somebody who has a store, or you are a healer, or you see clients, or you do events, or you teach classes, or you speak at different places, you can actually purchase these cards for wholesale. And you get when you purchase them for wholesale, you get between 30 and 40, I think it's between 30 and 45% off, depending on the amount of cards you purchase. So those are also up at the top. You'll see the wholesale option when you go to the cards page. You'll see wholesale options for cards and for prints. So you can put in wholesale orders as well. So I'm actually going to give a prize away for the first wholesale order, but not quite yet. I just want to let you know about it. Okay.
Here's our next person. I need it back though.
Next person. Susan Hackenmiller. Susan Hackenmiller, you won the SDJ Meditations CD. And this meditation CD is the meditation that invites you to ground yourself and center yourself, to call in your angels and guides, and then get yourself centered in your heart, and then call in Archangel Michael to help you to maintain your energy. So the reason that I've included this is because anytime we're using oracle cards, anytime we're using any kind of tools, we always want to be grounded, centered, connected, and be in a place of being the observer and able to maintain our energy. And that is important every single day. If you purchase these cards, in the online guidebook, there's a whole, I'm teaching you all about the ways to use the cards, and that is critical for me, always making sure that's taken care of. So Susan, you won the CD. Congratulations, my friend. Okay, make sure you send us an email and tell us what you won. Okay, card number 4. I'm on card number 4, right? Who are my 4s? Come on, 4s. All right, Tara, Kelly, Shauna. Oh, we got another winner.
State of Minnesota.
Oh, the state of Minnesota. All right, we just got Judy Schmidt, the state of Minnesota. Rob, pick a prize back there. What do you think? One of those prints, maybe?
I'll have that one of my favorite ones.
Okay, pick one of your favorite ones. All right. Ooh, I love that one. Okay, Judy Schmidt. This is a beautiful print by Kristen Wesley that was donated to us, and you can see all the chakras getting activated there, which is beautiful. So that gift for Judy Schmidt. Thank you, sister. All right. Okay, card number 4. Card number 4. Ooh, card number 4 is the heart. Card number 4 is the heart. So when you think about the heart, what is the heart representing to you, right? What does the heart represent? So the heart is sacred energy. It's love. It's what I believe is who we really are, is the heart. It's also a reminder of the center of us. It's literally the center chakra. We've got three lower chakras, 3 higher chakras, and then we've got the heart center, which is the center of our body. It's a center of our beingness as well. So it reminds us to get into your center, to come back to your center. When you get a little off kilter, anybody ever do that? Get off kilter. And it reminds you to get back into your center and to get connected. This also represents relationships and looking at relationships from a clearer perspective. So not always from the place of these people are doing this to me, but maybe what is my role in the relationships? Because if you're struggling and you're in pain, there's something inside of you that's being activated. So the heart is reminding us of all of that in this little card, in that little card. All right. How many of you resonate with your card number 4? Please share in the chat what you got, what it represents for you. Okay. If you're on social media and or on Zoom. Okay. Here's card number 5. Card number 5. Ooh, card number 5. I love it. Okay. Card number 5 is Merlin. Merlin. And Merlin is about alchemy. He's about being able to, raise the frequency or the vibration, to shift or transmute something from a negative to a positive, to alchemize a situation. He's about divine magic and believing in magic and knowing that magic is happening, and also knowing that magic doesn't happen if you don't believe it. Merlin also represents the spiritual teachers in all of us, that we all have that ability somewhere, and connecting with the energy of our own spiritual teacher and our own guidance. Again, going outside of the 3D world and raising the energy to the multi-dimensional world. So Merlin was number 5 for you. Merlin is number 5. So I want to hear how your card fit for you. So the ones, again, ones, if you picked 1, you got the 9s. If you picked 2, you got the pig. If you picked 3, you got the lighthouse. If you picked 4, you got the heart. And if you picked 5, you got Merlin. Woo! Ninth order, Michelle Ista McMillan. Woohoo, Michelle. All right, Michelle, you are going to, let me see, let me look at my list.
She was the
What was she?
gift card to Starbucks.
Oh, gift card to Starbucks. Michelle, you're the gift card to Starbucks. Let me find it. Hang on. Ah, there we go. I got it. All right, Michelle, gift card to Starbucks. You're going to get a couple of Starbucks for that. Great job, sister. Okay. All right, now I think I'm going to go ahead and let's do the first person that orders a wholesale order. So multidimensional oracle.cards. And when you click the shop, you will see the option to buy the cards, the option to buy wholesale cards, the option to buy prints, and the option to buy wholesale prints. So the first wholesale card order is going to win. You're going to win a big prize. You are going to win a ticket to a VIP ticket to the Gloom to Bloom Summit. The Gloom to Bloom Summit is a summit that I am speaking at next weekend that Paula Meyer is putting on, that is an amazing experience in moving out of any kind of grief or loss that you may have. So it could be the loss of a job, it could be the loss of a friendship, it could be death and the process there. There are 19 or 20 speakers for this event. It's all online, and they are some amazing speakers. Like I'm telling you. Woo!
No time.
No time. Jody Harvilla. Jody Harvilla. Woo-hoo! All right, girl. Jody Harvilla won the Gloom to Bloom Summit. That is going to be great for you. And it also includes the this coming next week. So we'll get all the information to you ASAP so that you can get that set up. Jody Harvilla. Awesome. Congratulations, sister. Okay, now I got to mark myself off. I got to keep track of what I'm doing, you guys. Okay. All right. I think that we ought to do a couple more contest prizes. So let's do them. All right. The next person, let's see. No, the third person, the third order I get is going to win a ticket for a hypnotic healing session, a 90-minute session with Elena Gorley. And you can check her out too, because she's got a website. She does all kinds of amazing healing work. She lives over on the East Coast in Pennsylvania, in the place where the groundhog sees its
Punxsutawney.
that place, Punxsutawney. She lives there in that area. But this is something that you can do online, and it's a 90-minute hypnotherapy healing session. So the third person to buy a deck of cards wins the healing session with Elena Gorley. Okay. And then we'll do one more. Let's see. Ooh, this one is, I don't have a sample in front of me, but it's really cool. So if your name rhymes with my name, I know. If your name rhymes with my name and you buy a deck of cards, then you're going to win a Tree of Life pendant by Rachel Elizabeth Designs. So Rachel Elizabeth, right? Oh, she's got it. She's showing it. Chris, can you spotlight her for 1 second? Rachel Elizabeth, so they can see the pendant.
Yes, I'm looking for her.
Okay.
Her
Her pendants are stunning. And this is, I think, orange selenite. Is that correct, Rachel? Orange selenite, Tree of Life. Okay. So there you go. Can y'all see it?
That is a peach selenite.
Peace. Oh, peach selenite. Peach selenite.
Pretty.
Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? So that is the winner. If your name rhymes with my name. I know there's not lots of you, so this is really going to limit the crowd. If your name rhymes with my name and you purchase a deck of cards, you win that prize. So actually, technically, replay people could get this one if nobody else's name rhymes with my name, but there's got to be somebody that rhymes with Sunny. Is there a bunny out there? Honey?
I'm gonna have to give it to Pam, Amy.
Amy, Sunny.
Sunny.
That's close. Okay. We have a winner. We got Pammy Amy. That's close to Sunny. We're going with it. Yay! Congratulations, Pam. That's yours, girl. See, sometimes you got to stretch a little outside of the box, but that's a great one. Thank you, Rachel, for that donation. You guys, if you love those Tree of Life pendants, go check out Rachel Elizabeth Designs. She's got some amazing, she doesn't do them all on hearts. She does them on all different kinds of stones. So they all have their own unique energy, and you will love them. Okay, one more, because it's so fun to give prizes away. Okay, this one, this is a cool, where's my page? Okay, this is a cool gift. Joan Rulak has a private Qigong lesson for arthritis relief. I know lots of you have some of that, because that just gets stuck in your bones. Qigong, any of you do Qigong or know a little bit about Qigong? Amazing for that kind of, so your body doesn't get stuck and frozen. So a private 75, valued at $75, 60-minute Qigong lesson. So the next person to buy a deck of cards gets the private Qigong lesson with Joan Rulak. Okay. And woo! Man, it's going fast, guys. Look at you. You all respond to prizes. That's what y'all like.
I need it back.
Okay. Oh, this is the third order. Okay. The third order. What was
This
it?
happened to be also a wholesale order.
Okay.
Yeah.
But which one was I giving away for that one?
The,
Hang on.
wasn't that for the 60-minute of the first wholesale?
It was right after the wholesale.
Oh, the third order. So that's the 90-minute session.
Oh, 90-minute session
With-
with Elena Gorley.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to keep track of ourselves here, guys.
Sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. Nancy, I don't know how to say your name. Bevilacqua? It's a cool name, Nancy. I'm just going to call you Nancy because I know who you are. Bevilacqua is what I'm going to say, but it could very well be wrong. But you won the gift certificate or the gift time with Elena Gorley for the 90-minute hypnotherapy session. Awesome. Congratulations, sister. Yay. So again, make sure, guys, you have to send an email, sunny@sunnydonjohnston.com, so we can match you up so we can get your stuff sent to you. Okay.
Right, so you said the very next order.
The very next order for the arthritis.
For
Yep.
the
Okay.
Qigong.
Qigong.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Okay. Tina Montgomery, you won the gift certificate for this 60-minute session with Joan Rulak for the Qigong session. Qigong is really, really great, you guys. So if that's something you're interested in, you ought to go check out Joan Rulak at, let me see I've got her information, at mountaintopmusings.com. If that's something that you are looking for, because it could really be beneficial to you. I know a lot of people that do it. I've done it a few times, but it's great, great, great for stuck bodies. Great. Awesome. Congratulations. Okay. Let's switch gears for just a minute. I'm going to do a little bit more. I want to teach a little bit about the cards, but I want to talk about prints for just a minute. So the work that Lucinda did in the creation of the prints is not just a simple take a picture and do it on digital. Every one of them was sketched, then hand painted, then brought into digital art, and then added to it in layer upon layer upon layer to create the multi-dimensions in the images. And so I want to give a shout out about the prints, and we're going to give a couple prizes for print orders now. So I'm going to show you just a few of the prints so you can see them. They're all 8 by 10. They're in photograph paper. They are, they're beautiful. They're signed by the artist. If you can see right here is her signature. They're all signed by the artist. And like here's the eagle. One of Rob, was it you, Rob, that got the eagle? Yeah, Rob pulled the eagle today. So the next 3 people, no, the next 5 people that put an order in for prints, 1 or more print. You can pick which print you want to. There, when you hit the drop down, you'll see 1, and then you'll see whatever the prints are. So the next 5 people that put an order in for prints, I'm going to choose one of you as the winner of our next prize. Okay, so the next 5 people, so you have a chance. You get your print order in right now. The next 5, I'm going to choose one of you, and I'm going to give one of our, I've got some jewelry back here. I'm going to give a piece of jewelry away. Okay.
Ask Chris if she could pull that koi video up and share her screen.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Chris, can you pull the koi video up and you can share your screen? We can actually look at that. Let everybody see the process that these are created under, because it's amazing, you guys. It's just amazing.
Yes, I'm working on pulling it up.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Hen. So yeah, so that, I'll show you a couple of the other prints, you guys. They're just beautiful. Like this one, you could literally, the spiral, you could meditate on. So these all have their own energy and they will speak to you. The messages, the Celtic Cross, through the Tree of Life. This is one of everybody's favorites. The dolphin. So darn cute. So they're $22 each. You can get as many of them as you want and use them as support systems. You know, if you ever know much about feng shui, if you have an office or you have an area that you spend a lot of time where you're wanting support, whatever you hang behind you, whatever is behind you is what supports you in your life and in your work. So a lot of people will put, like for me, travel is a big thing. It's one of the things that I love, and it supports me, and like it's what I love to do. And so I put, I have a whole map behind me in my regular office, right? It might be an image of Buddha or Jesus, or it might be an image of a whale if you like whales, or it could be some of these different symbols that might speak to you. Here's the tiger. So the next 5 orders for prints. Here's one of my favorites too. I love the bee. Remember, these are all hand created. They're just stunning. Did you guys see Buddha? I love the Buddha. Love the Buddha. Like, you know, when you're selling something, you know, a lot of times you have to be like, okay, you know, I want you guys to buy this. Like this, you don't have to sell anything. You're just like, do you see, if you freaking see these things, they're just so beautiful. And the cards, guys, the energy of the cards, and this isn't just because they're my deck. I mean, I'm really proud of them, of course, because of the inspiration, but these cards came through me. I really don't feel like I have ownership over them. My name's on them because they came through me and they came through Lucinda, but I don't really feel like I have ownership on them. I believe that these were created to bring into humanity, to help support, because they each literally have their own energy. It's palpable. Okay, the energy, check this one out. This is St. Francis. St. Francis is beautiful. I'm actually going to share a little story with you about St. Francis and invite Bonnie to come and share in a little bit after Chris gets the video loaded, so we can share that, because I want you guys to hear a little bit about how some of these cards touched some of the launch teams, the emissaries, how these cards touched them and their lives. So after we get the video loaded, I'll go ahead and share that with you.
Yes, honey, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, I'm ready, sister. Go for it. So I want to just real quick. So this video, it's just a couple minutes long, but this is the way that Lucinda created each one of these cards. And this was the one that she actually took pictures kind of throughout the process, just to give you an idea of the time and energy and love and healing that went into each one of these. Go for it, Chris.
One moment, please.
So as you can see, the artwork, the process is freaking amazing, isn't it? Just amazing. Oh, woohoo! Okay. So I noticed that some of you didn't get to see the video. I think those of you that are on Facebook might not have seen it because I was still on there and my chair was empty. So I was gone for a minute because I had to go get something in my stomach because my stomach was louder than my voice. Imagine that. Okay, so Kathleen Carlson, Jerry Rohrbach, Rachel Palmer, Anne-Marie Asp, and Tracy Arneson, you all ordered prints. Woohoo! Now I gotta choose one. So this is my fancy way, guys. Here's my fancy way of choosing. Okay, that one right there. Rachel Palmer. Woo! Did I tell her what she's gonna win yet? Oh, okay, Rachel Palmer. Let's see what you're gonna win, girl. Let's see. I was gonna give jewelry away, I think, is what I said. Rachel Palmer. You guys like my fancy way of picking the winners? Isn't that fancy? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm opening it for you, girl. Rachel Palmer won. Ooh, cool. So this is you'll dig it because it's right up your alley. Citrine and labradorite bracelet with a lotus on it. Citrine and labradorite bracelet. Yeah, there's pieces of citrine, labradorite, and it's got a gold lotus on it. Really cool. Congratulations, Rachel. Woohoo! Okay.
Thank
Now,
you.
You're welcome. Okay. So I'm going to share, I want to have, I'm going to bring Bonnie on in just a minute because I want to have her share her experience. But for those of you that are watching kind of all over, and thanks for joining us if you're watching on somebody else's social media. This is a social media takeover if you've just joined. And we will have some contests for replay people too. So be sure, you know, like there'll be opportunities, so hang tight. But I created a launch team to help give us some input as we were creating the cards, to let us know, you know, what they loved and what they didn't, to get some feedback and to help us get the message out there. And so we had an amazing group of people. We called them our emissaries of light and spreading the light. And so one of the things that that I did for them was, for each person that was a part of our launch, one of the things that I offered them was the opportunity for me to intuit one of the cards as their oracle. And so I spent several hours over a couple of days and tuned into the energy for each person of which card came, which oracle came to me for that person. I didn't actually use the cards. I sat in meditation and waited for the oracles to come to me. And some of them are showing you their pictures right now. The snake for Alejandra, and the Celtic Cross for Rachel, 555 for Shirley, the rainbow for Paula, the moon for Jody. So many people on the Zoom are part of that team. So you guys all candies, butterflies, beautiful, love it, guys. And so as I allowed those oracles to come to me for each person, then we gave them an image that we created that just showed them what oracle was chosen for them. And really it was all, again, divinely guided. I mean, guys, this is the work I do for a living. I'm a psychic medium. I work in the multidimensional field most of the time. It's sometimes hard to remember to get in the body. But some of the responses, some of the experiences that people had with their oracles were really phenomenal. They were just amazing stories. And one of them is Bonnie West's story. And it's one that gives me goosebumps every time she talks about it. And I know it brings her to tears every time she talks about it. But I thought, you know, Bonnie, if you would just take a couple of minutes to share what your experience was with, it was St. Francis that came to me for Bonnie. So let's ask Chris to go ahead and spotlight you, Bonnie, so everyone can see you. And if you could unmute yourself, then just hang tight and Chris will get you spotlighted.
Okay.
There you
Can you
go.
hear me?
You're up, honey.
Oh,
Yep.
good. My earbuds are working. When Sunny started initially with the Oracle deck and the launch, and I was like, I really wanted to be a part of it because I love her energy. No, I love Oracle cards. And so it was just kind of a natural thing for me to do. And so she intuitively picked a card for me. And Deb sent me, sent the link when I was at work, I was at work. And I thought, I'll wait till I get home to open it. But then there was just something that told me I needed to open it right then and there. And I'm gonna probably cry. I opened it with St. Francis. St. Francis is such a huge part of who I am. I've been an animal lover, nature lover since a child. I own a small backyard farm sanctuary, and never ever in my wildest dreams would have expected a St. Francis to have been in an oracle card. And I was actually just stunned, still a little stunned to this day, but accepting that that's the card. And I've looked around that sometimes you see symbols and signs that you just kind of overlook. And I have in my garden, I have a statue of St. Francis. I have a statue of St. Francis that's overlooking our pasture. I wear a bracelet that has the prayer to St. Francis. One of the biggest things for me, though, is my husband and I were honored to be able to visit Assisi. And when we visited Assisi, there's the gardens above the town of Assisi, and it's the gardens where St. Francis walked and he meditated. And it's just an amazing, amazing place. And what we did is we took some ashes of our animals and we spread them in Assisi. So it's like we left part of our heart there because of what it meant to us. And my husband and I were actually married on the feast of St. Francis of Assisi. I walk around and I opened up like just a box of stuff that I had, and sitting on top was a framed picture of the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. I was at work and I pulled out a book out of my backpack, which I don't know why I had that book, but I did. And out fell a bookmark with a prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. So every little thing, one of my dogs was named Ruby Francis with an I after St. Francis. And when I got that card, the energy from that card just enveloped. And when it enveloped me, and even now, it's like I look at the card and the light above the head of St. Francis it emanates so brightly and so vividly that it just pierces my soul. And it reminds me of who I am. It reminds me of that animal communication. It reminds me of my connection to nature that I had kind of like lost. And getting this back is just like a rebirth for me, a new life for me, a reaffirming of who I am and what I'm meant to be and what my life purpose is. So I still stunned that St. Francis is it, but I am so absolutely grateful to Sunny for picking that card, her not knowing at all the connection to St. Francis. And I really do believe that you were divinely guided to create the card of St. Francis, not just specifically for me, but it just felt like that. It felt like St. Francis was coming through you to me to remind me of who I am. So thank you so much. Honored and grateful. So didn't want to do an ugly cry, so I kind of held my Thank you
No,
so
you're
much.
welcome, sister. So yeah, St. Francis was one of the ones that came to me in the very, very beginning. It was very, very clear. And again, here's the St. Francis. So the next 5 people that buy a deck of cards or a print will get the St. Francis print as your gift. So The next 5 people, I'm gonna choose one of you. Sorry, not all of you is gonna get one. The next 5 people that buy either a card deck or a print, I'm gonna choose a name, and one of you will get the St. Francis print in honor of Bonnie's story. The St. Francis print is beautiful. It's got a rabbit and a sheep and a dove, and then the light that's coming out of his eyes and out of his head is just, it's phenomenal. Thank you, Bonnie. Appreciate it.
Add
darling.
one more little bit of, when you mentioned the doves, is after my husband and I had spread the ashes of our dogs and we were walking out from the little alcove where we had done it, there was 2 white doves that flew over our heads. And that was just a confirmation of what we were doing was the right thing to do and the blessed thing to do. So
absolutely, honey. Absolutely. So, you know, the point in sharing some of these stories, even friends, is because sometimes we just think things are happening randomly because we're so in the 3D world and we're so in our head and we're so focused on just the things we're seeing and the things we know. We forget there's all of this magic that's happening behind the scenes in these different layers of dimensions. And if we just learn how to tap in and tune in and hear and pay attention and listen, man, it can really change things up. It can really change things up, and life can be more joyful, and we can walk through things with greater sense of ease and awareness and love. Okay, this is a contest for the replay, people. If you can name the 5 clairs, how do we receive our intuition? The 5 clairs. Okay, if you can name what those 5 clairs are, this is for the replay people. Put each one of the clairs down, and then hashtag replay, hashtag SDJ, and hashtag MDO, and I will pick one of you as a winner for the prize will be a 30-minute Reiki session, phone Reiki, so you don't have to be in person, 30-minute Reiki session with Nikki Cassino. 30-minute Reiki session with Nikki Cassino for those of you on the replay, okay? All right. Now, let's see. I have a $25 Amazon gift card to give to somebody. Let's see. How do I want to do that one?
Pick anybody out of Zoom chat yet?
I have not. Well, how about this? Those of you that are in Zoom, so this will be a Zoom contest. Those of you that are in Zoom, the first person that's in Zoom that purchases 2 items. I don't care if it's a card deck and a print or 2 decks or 2 prints. The first person in Zoom that purchases 2 items and then comes back to the chat and says purchased, we got to confirm it. You're going to win the $25 Amazon card. $25 Amazon card. That's like you almost get something for free. All right. $25 Amazon card. But you got to come back to the chat and say that you purchased it. Okay. All right. How's everybody doing? How is everyone doing? Are you good? All right.
Oh.
Do you have a winner? Ding, ding, ding.
You were saying how we're doing.
Oh, Rob's doing good. That's Rob's good. She's okay. Amy Wade says she purchased. Amy Wade, you got it, girl. $25 Amazon gift card goes to Amy Wade. She sure did. She did it. You are quick on the ball, sister. Okay, let's see. All right. Speaking of Amy Wade, she's got a gift. So how about the next person that buys a deck of cards that lives in Arizona will get a, let's see, a 30-minute oracle reading and I'm going to do 2, a 30-minute oracle reading and a 1-hour coaching session. 30-minute oracle reading and a 1-hour coaching session with Amy Wade. She's an emotional resiliency coach. Amy, AMIE Wade.com. Okay, the first person that buys a deck of cards that lives in Arizona, And remember, if you are winning anything, you guys, you got to send me an email, sunny@sunny.johnston.com, with your name, your address, your email address, and what you won. You have to keep track of this because there's less for you to keep track of than there is for me to keep track of. So like I was going to say, there's less of you than there is of me. Woo! All right.
Got one.
Okay.
Pam.
Let's see. Pam Duffner, you win the session with Amy, 30-minute Oracle card and a 1-minute coaching call. Pam Duffner is the winner. Congratulations, girl. So that is with Amy Wade. Okay, let's see what we got. See, now y'all are like waiting to buy your stuff until you see which prize you want. I'm following you now. I'm starting to pick up on what you're putting down. I'm getting it. Okay. I do want to share this image because this is one that's really been very important to a lot of people I know, and people have shared that. And I think that it's such a beautiful picture. And I know a lot of people have a really strong connection with Jesus. And so I want to just share with you the image, the print of Jesus, which is just really beautiful. That is the image, the print for Jesus. And so the cards are exactly the same as the prints. They just have the actual words on them. Okay. So first person that buys a Jesus print wins a prize. First person, the next person to buy a Jesus print wins a prize. And that prize is going to be, let's see what it's going to be. That is going to be a 3-card reading and a book donated by Juliana Mello. Okay, 3-card reading and a book donated by Juliana Mello. And that is for the Jesus prints. The first person that orders the Jesus print will receive her gift by Juliana. Thank you, Juliana, for the donation. Okay. Let's move to, let's talk about the cards, guys. I'm going to just do a quick teaching around the, well, I actually probably should set up one more contest while I'm waiting. Okay. The next 5 people whose order is over $50. The next 5 people whose order is over $50. So that's 2 decks of cards or 3 prints or whatever combination. The next 5 people that's orders are over $50 are going to go into a drawing for a $25 Best Buy card. And I will choose the winner. $25 Best Buy card. Okay. Okay. While you're all doing that, oh, hang on. Yeah. Next 5.
So this was the previous next 5.
Okay, so what was the
one?
Okay, I'm picking one. And this was for what's the prize for this one? For the 5?
This was before Amy made one.
It will be for the card and print,
It was before she did the replay, people.
the print, either the print or cards and print combo. I don't know what the, no, I don't know that she picked a gift.
Oh, did I not pick a gift?
Did she pick a gift?
Well,
For those of you that I said the next 5 people are going to go into a drawing for something. Any of you remember what I said I was going to give you? The print of St. Francis.
Print,
The print of St. Francis. Okay, very good.
yep.
yeah.
It's hard to keep track, guys, because I just do this on the fly. So, okay, here we go. Do, 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 do. Alex Kate. Woo! Alex Kate won the St. Francis print. So just shoot us a message, honey, to remind us that that's what you won. All right, very good. So now there's another one for the next 5 people who order the Jesus print. Right? No, the Jesus print. If you order the Jesus print, you got a prize. And then there was one for the next 5 people. Do y'all remember that? We have to keep track of ourselves, guys. We just have to make them up as we go because that's the fun part.
Jesus print,
Danny Fierro. Okay, Danny Fierro ordered the Jesus print. Now, what did I say I would give her? Juliana's present.
Juliana.
Right, okay. The donate a book and a 3-card reading with Juliana. Congratulations, Danny Fierro. You won, sister. All right, very cool. Okay, and then the next 5 people, it is if you order over $50, you'll go into a drawing for the next 5 people that pay that have their orders over $50. You will get a gift card to Best Buy for $25. Boy, we've had to use some Best Buy lately with all of our technology stuff. So let's see who is in line for that gift. In the meantime, let's talk about how to do an Oracle card, guys. For those of you that are new to Oracle cards, or maybe even you're not new to Oracle cards, but these might be a few things. This is just going to be real simple. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but what I will tell you is when you get your deck of cards, the first thing you want to do is you want to do a blessing on them. A prayer, a blessing, set an intention, clear the energy so that it's just your energy purely on the card. So I do a blessing. I call in my angels and my guides, and I ask them to use this particular item in a way that is for mine and everyone else's highest and greatest good. And I always kind of prep the deck by actually taking each card and looking at the card and feeling into the card and tuning into the card and letting the card speak to me. So I actually get to know the energy of my deck. Okay, getting to know the energy of my deck. So as I do that, as I get to go through the entire deck, this can take a little bit of time, but if I look at the card and I feel into it, see what it represents to me and get my energy on it, my hands on it, my vibe on it, and I do my blessing, then I feel like, okay, now the cards are ready. Okay. So once the cards are ready, once I've brought my own energy into the cards, so they're not just like something out there, there's something that's connected to me, then the simplest spread is the one most people know, which is a 3-card spread. So when you pick the cards, you know, you can pick them by just kind of feeling into them and tuning in, like feeling by your sense of feeling, and then pulling them that way. Or sometimes people are visual. They're going to be like, oh, the one on I want the one on the top because as I see more purple, whatever what it is, you're more visual. Some of them you'll hear the one on the very bottom, and some of them you're just going to like fly through and you're just going to know which one it is. So once you get your 3 cards, whichever way they are, the simplest spread is what we call a past, present, future spread. So it goes left to right, past, present, future. So the first card is left. The second card is present, past and left, present, center, and future, right. So for this particular example, which I'm not specifically doing a reading for someone, but if we're just going to kind of throw it out there, the unicorn came in as past. So the unicorn is representing, it's kind of like your inner child, your innocence, the dreams you've had. I think it connects with your intuitive abilities, but this card is sitting in the past. So it's representing that's where you've been, or that's who you've been, or maybe sometimes that you're hanging on too much to that. Maybe you're hanging on to that little girl or that little boy, not expanding, not growing into being an adult or showing up as an adult in some ways. So that would be the past card. The present card, whichever card is in the present, is kind of the message of here you are now. So the present card that I picked in this example is the Koi card. Okay, so the Koi card is about good fortune. It's about abundance. It's about flow. It's about coming together or working together. It's about being able to adapt to different situations. It's about continuing, like staying the course, persevering. That is what the Koi card represents. So in this present moment, the Koi card would be telling you, hey, stay focused. You don't be looking at the past. Don't be looking at the future. Stay focused on where you are today. Don't get into comparison. Don't get stuck in what could be or should be or what wasn't or didn't. Stay focused in this present moment. In this present moment, if you can adapt, fortune comes. That's what this present moment, if Koi was in present moment, which is where it is in the way that I picked these cards. And then the future, the card that I picked was butterfly. Okay, butterfly. And as you can see, the butterfly, you might see the bright colored one at the bottom and then the darker colored one kind of heading more towards the light. So that could be a release of old energy. It could be the death of a body. It could be the death of a relationship. It could be the end of, but the butterfly is going to represent transformation. It's going to represent grace. It's going to represent that shift in awareness. It's going to represent you allowing yourself to be seen, you showing yourself, you speaking up. Is what the butterfly represents. So if we were doing this in a past, present, future, unicorn past, more of the kind of child energy, it's time to own our stuff and let go of what we perceive was hurtful or wrong and stay true to who we really are and maintain that vision. And then Koi as the president is saying, keep going, don't give up now. You're right here. Don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle, because when you stay the course and when you just allow yourself to adapt, then the fortune, the blessings are coming. And then of course, the butterfly is transformation. So when we follow those all the way through, that gives you a beautiful overall message for you. Now, obviously, this is a general message that I'm just kind of sharing with you, but when you really tap it into your own energy, it's a completely different experience. Okay, so when you're, the other thing I want to remind you when you're doing a card reading is sometimes your cards, when you flip them, they show upside down or right side up. If you notice the deck of cards, it can be hard to see, but these are cards that you can't tell which way is right side up or upside down, because I don't want you to change the direction that they are. I want you to let them come up the way they are. If they're right side up, they represent one thing. If they're upside down, they represent something else. If they're upside down, it means that something is in motion, but it hasn't happened yet. When it's right side up, it's generally you're aware of it. You're in awareness of it. When it's upside down, it could be that you're seeing things from a negative perspective and you need to turn your perspective around. When it's right side up, it's usually you're seeing it more clearly. So I would tell you that when you start working with cards, it's really, really, really great to be able to tap into the energy and the message for you versus what you think or what somebody else tells you the message should be. And so with that being said, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, I'm teaching an intuition class, and some of you are already signed up for it, a deep dive intuition, and we're going to be teaching on oracle cards. It starts on the 27th of April. The 27th of April it starts. And that class is $99 for the early bird, which ends on Monday, and then it goes up to $122. I'm going to give one of those spots away right now. So the way that you can earn this one is any person that buys a deck between now and 2 o'clock, okay, for the next 15 minutes, any person that buys one deck of cards between now and 2 o'clock, you will go into a drawing and one of you will win the spot, the intuition class, for free. If you are interested in registering for the intuition class, you can, but you ought to try and register for $25 for a deck of cards instead of $100 for the class. And it's going to be a great class. So we're going to dive into psychometry. It's all your intuitive abilities. So psychometry, automatic writing, oracle cards, energy work, digging into, we're going to do a little bit of psychic detective work in there. So I'm going to help people kind of understand a little bit about that. That's one of the things I volunteer my services I have for the last 15 years. So if you purchase that, if you go and buy a deck of cards in the next 15 minutes, your name will go into a drawing and I'm going to pick one of you to win the class. If you have already signed up for the class, but you want to win one to give to somebody, you can do it that way too, okay? So the next 15 minutes, whoever purchases the cards, you guys' name will go in for a free class, valued at $122, okay? All right. So I wonder, and I can only look at the chat on Zoom, those of you that are streaming on all the different pages, thank you so much. I would love to give you an opportunity to go and make sure you grab your cards, grab your prints while I do these contests, because we're getting close to the close and I want you to win stuff. I want you to win stuff. So orders are coming in. Okay, then the next prize I'm going to give is, so everybody's name is going to go in for that in the next 15 minutes until 2 o'clock. But I'm going to give a couple more prizes away too, because I've got several prizes still to give away. And I'm going to be doing some for the replays also. Let's see. I have a, from Peggy Benson, I have a remote chakra clearing. So a remote chakra clearing. And so anybody that, the first person that buys a deck, whoever the next person to buy a deck is going to get that remote chakra clearing by Peggy Benson. Okay, remote chakra clearing by Peggy Benson. You can go to her website, peggybenson.com, if you'd like to learn more about chakra clearings and space clearings. Then I'm going to give a gift certificate, gift card to the next person that orders 2 decks or 2 prints, anything for 2s, 2 decks or 2 prints, is an, I love this. I love the name of this, Nancy, an hour of power. So your hour of power healing session, it's valued at $120 by Nancy Bevlacqua. I'm going to say it Bevlacqua. Bevlacqua, soulfulhealingvt.com. I'm assuming that's Vermont. Soulfulhealingvt.com. It's valued at $120. And that is the hour of power for anybody that orders 2 or more of anything. Okay, 2 or more. And the next order receives the Peggy Benson's Space Clearing Chakra Cleanse. Whoever the next order was. Okay. Let me find my list to make sure, see what else I wanted to go over. All right. Let's talk a little bit about what does multidimensional mean. I think I did. Oh. Okay, let's see.
Next order.
Next order for Peggy Benson. So you win the chakra clearing by Peggy Benson is Deborah Shaw. Deborah Shaw won the chakra clearing by Debbie Benson. Make sure you shoot us an email, sunny@sunnydawnjohnston.com. Okay, and then whoever orders 2 of something, the next person to order 2 of something, you will receive the gift of the Hour of Power healing session with Nancy Bevlacqua. Okay. All right. Multidimensional. I think I mentioned this, but for those of you that might be joining us late, because part of our party piece is almost over. Although if you're in Zoom, I'm going to do a little bit more in Zoom after the 2 o'clock. But I want to honor all of the people who allowed me to be on their page to make sure that we give everybody honor their time, because we said 2 hours. So multidimensional, guys, what it means is we have so much help in the spirit world. So come and join us. Okay, come and join this experience. The intuitive development class is going to be fantastic. You can go and register for that on my website, sunnydawnjohnston.com, and go to the calendar and you'll find the event there. It starts April 27th. If you want to learn more about how you could use these cards and or just how to tap into your intuition, how to deep dive into your psychic abilities and experience a variety of different forms of guidance and really learn to understand and accept that multidimensional you, then I would love for you to come and join us. All right, we're going to do a speed contest time right now. I'm going to give 3 things away to the next 3 people that purchase cards. So here's your chance, guys, especially those of you that are watching on social media, to win a prize and buy the cards. So here we go. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. The next 3 winners. The first one is going to win a a 30-minute angelic healing reading by Sheila Johnson. The next one is going to win a book by Deborah Shaw. It's a children's book about a missing little boy whose dad has been deployed. Oh, that's so sweet. She's got 2 of those books, so we'll actually take 2 winners for that. And then, oh, I like this one. And then anybody that purchases a deck of cards, like right now, you're the third person that purchases the cards, you're going to win an extra deck. You're going to win an extra deck of cards to give to somebody else. But that's donated by ma'am, which is Mr. Ziggy. Thank you, ma'am. So she's donating a deck of cards to the contest. And so the third person, the third contest is anybody who buys a deck of cards will win a deck of cards, an extra deck of cards. Okay. All right. Let's see how y'all do. Okay. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to jump into the Zoom and see if there's any questions. If you have questions, guys, put a couple question marks in front of it. And let me just see what your questions are while we're making sure we've got, get those contests out there. I do have a few more gifts, but here's what I want you to know, everyone. Over the next 44 days, we are still going to be launching this product. So every day, if you go to my fan page, Sunny Dawn Johnston's fan page, then we're going to have the deck or the card for the day on there. And we're going to be doing contests through my fan page, not every day, but many days over the next 44 days. So if you donated a gift and I didn't use it yet, I'm going to use it still for the launch. It's just not necessarily being used today, but I'm still going to use them for the launch. So don't feel like you're not going to get somebody to win your prize, because you will. I want to spread those out because we're launching for 6 weeks. This is a 6-week launch. This is just the party to kick it off. Okay. All right. Okay, what do I got, Rob? Okay,
So
Sheila's gift. Okay,
Yeah.
Sheila, Paula Morgan won Sheila's gift, which was with a 30-minute angel healing card session. Woohoo! Yay! Michael Cavalier and Julianne, who? Julianne. Oh, Hutton.
I'm writing fast.
It's like reading my writing. Michael Cavalier and Juliana Hutton, you both received the books, the children's books, that's a beautiful message to receive. So thank you, Michael and Juliana. And the extra deck from ma'am, Deborah Ewing, you won the extra deck. So you got a deck of cards and you won a deck of cards. So those of you that all won, shoot us an email, sunny@sunnydawnjohnston.com. Don't forget, so we can make sure that you get matched to the person that was donating your prize. Okay. I've got a couple more things to give away right now, and it's almost 2 o'clock. So here's the deal. We're going to do a quick next 5 minutes, guys. The next 5 minutes, all orders that come in for the next 5 minutes, bring your orders on. You got 5 minutes right now, and I'm going to give away. I've got a beautiful selenite heart to give away. I have a stick of sage. Why do we want sage? Because we want to use sage to clear space. So I've got some sage to give away, and I also have my 2 sprays, Vibrazer that clears space, and I Empower that boosts your immune system. So go ahead and get your orders in right now. And everybody that orders right now, cards or prints, doesn't matter which, all of you are going to go in and I'm going to pick your names at 2 o'clock at 2 o'clock, we're going to stop it. And I'm going to pick your names and we're going to see who wins which thing. Okay. So throw your orders in there, guys.
All right, so we still had,
From the 5?
so let's
Yep.
start a new list. So this was way back from.
Yep, at
the
145.
last time, Yeah.
What was the prize for this one, Rob? This was the one where I said, the deep dive. This is the deep dive. Okay, so here's the winner for the deep dive, guys. So I said, hey, I'm going to pick a name and you guys get to join the class, the intuitive development class. And so here's the entries for that. Jennifer Cramp, Mandy, Theo, Rochelle, Lori, Nicole, 2 Nicoles, Ava, and Debbie Dorman. Okay, so I'm going to pick one of you here. This is my fancy way of picking. Okay, right there, that name right there. Nicole Gordles. Nicole Gordles, I think is the way that the name is spelled. You win the deep dive. So the deep dive is our intuitive development class. If you haven't registered for that class and you want to, the early bird special ends on Monday. But Nicole Gordles, you won that class. It's yours, my friend. Everybody else, Mandy, Theo, Rochelle, Lori, Nicole, El Hairs, Ava, Debbie Dorman, and Jennifer Cramp. If you guys want to join that class, just because it's party time, I will give you a ticket to that class for half price. Okay, half price. So if you want to write that on there, Rob, so we're not going to know what the hell I said I was going to do. So we're trying to keep notes, guys. So
GOLDADE.
Oh, Gold Aid. Sorry, Gold Aid.
That's the winner.
That was the winner of the free class. And then anybody else whose name I just called, you guys can join the class for half price. Email Robin at sunnydawnjohnston.com and she'll tell you how to take care of it so that you can join the class. Okay. Woohoo! All right. It's almost 2 o'clock. We're almost going to end. Well, just while we're getting ready, and I'm waiting to see all the orders that come through up till 2:01. We'll give them till 2:01. I just want to take a minute to thank everybody who has joined us. Those of you on Zoom, don't leave yet because I got a few things for you still. But for those of you that are on the social streaming, please share this link. If you watched this, if you enjoyed it, if you had fun, share it. There are opportunities through the replay. I'll give one more freebie away for the replay. You go and share the multidimensional oracle.cards and you tag me in it, Sunny Dawn Johnston, and or you hashtag replay and hashtag SDJ. I'm going to give about 5 prizes away to the people who do that are on replay. So you've got to hashtag replay as well. Okay, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all of you that spread the word. I want to thank those of you that were on our launch team. It's not over yet. We've got 44 more days, but this was the kickoff to it. And I thank all of you for being a part of it. I want to thank my team, Chris, Deb, and Robin. I want to thank our launch team supporters, Paula and Brandy and Lucinda, the artist, and of course, all of my emissaries. Please remember that we will be available. All of the cards are going to be shown. There is a little card experience right on the sales page. So you can go and pick a card every day. And if you pick a card, put it up on your screen, show it. Let us know that what card you picked and tag me in it. I would love to hear that. Stay tuned for more information and fun things will be coming up and contests on my fan page. So go like my fan page or follow my fan page so you can be a part of it. And join the intuition class because that's going to help you develop your skills. And ultimately, that was the whole point and purpose of creating this deck. And if you love the prints, guys, get your print orders in because I have to fill those. I have to get enough of them for you all. So the prints are fantastic and you don't want to miss out on those. Okay, so is it 2:01? It is. Okay, let's see. All the orders that came through. Let's see what we got.
Pick from this group.
Hey, here's your group. Okay, here's my group. What was I giving away? Oh, my sage and my, okay, very good. Okay, here we go, guys. Whew, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. All right. Let's see. First winner is Tara Jack. Tara Jack, let's see what you won. Tara Jack is going to win. Let's see. Tara Jack. Oh, Tara Jack, you're going to win a $20 gift card to Fry's grocery store. Yay! All right. Hey, that's always fun. Okay, Tara Jack won a gift card to Fry's grocery store. Heidi Brooks, you won the sage. There's your sage, sister. Make sure you send us an email so we can mail it to you. And Sherry Feast, you won a selenite heart. Congratulations, girl. And Beth Vizzini, you won the Oracle spray, the Vibrator spray, and the I Empower. Congratulations, friends. Woohoo! All right. For those of you that were a part of the stream, I greatly appreciate you being here. Please spread the word, let everybody know.
Okay, so
And-
we had one contest hanging out there, the order's over 50.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one just came in, of which from Mozambique, she may not want the Best Buy card. But
She's
being
not-
that she is the person of 1 out of 5.
Yes. Debbie Pringle. Debbie Pringle just put in her order. She is from Mozambique, South Africa. Now here's the deal. It'll take her 3 months to get anything that we mail. So we're not going to give her the Best Buy card because that won't work for her. But I am going to hook her up with one of the remote gifts. Hang on. Hang on, Debbie. Let me see what I got for you. Okay. Debbie Pringle from Mozambique, you are going to receive a 50-minute soul map session with April Dodd. 50-minute soul map session with April Dodd, because you can do that over Zoom. So it doesn't take you 3 months to get the goodie. Okay. We do still have a few gifts, guys, but I'm going to be using those during the rest of the launch, and I'm going to do a couple of them with the Zoom group. For those of you that joined the stream on Facebook and let me take over your pages, and those of you watching the takeover pages, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Go get your cards, grab them for a friend. Anybody that orders cards today, I'm going to put all of your names into a raffle, and I'm going to choose 3 winners that will receive gift cards. And the gift cards maybe we've got the Best Buy gift card, I've got an Amazon gift card, and I have another iTunes gift card. So we'll choose 3 winners from anybody that orders today. So throughout any of the time until midnight tonight. Also, for those of you that are on the replay, if you order between 333 and 444, you'll win a prize. I'll pick one person. So make sure you hashtag replay, hashtag SDJ.
Pacific time. On all of
Pacific time, 333 to 444 Pacific time, hashtag replay, hashtag SDJ, hashtag MDO. And if anybody puts an order in right at 555 Pacific time, you also will win a prize. Okay. Thank you guys for joining on the stream. I greatly appreciate it. Mwah! Love you all. Spread the word. Let everybody know these cards are going to rock, and come follow me on my fan page so you can see the new prizes to come. Thanks, guys. Mwah!